Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth. I thought for my first video I would try to share some tips on how to keep toddlers entertained in the car. This past December we went to visit friends and family. We were gone for about 3 weeks and we were in the car for about half that time. We thankfully only had one meltdown in the car. Outside of the car, I don't want to talk about it. But anyway, we went from Washington State to California City, from California City to Dallas, from Dallas to Fort Hood, Fort Hood to Eddy to Wichita Falls to Denver, and then Denver to back home in Washington State. So it was a really long trip and a lot of car time. And I am so surprised that we only had one meltdown. 20 minutes away from home on the way back, by the way. So here are some of the ways that I kept them entertained. I did plan a lot, and I started planning way in advance, like months in advance. There were a few things that I wanted to get done that just didn't happen. A few things that I packed that didn't really get used, but I'll show you what I did and what worked. So to start, I always give them color pages. Lots and lots and lots of color pages. Last time I tried giving them like individual color pages at a time, and I had these little play trays, but it just didn't work. So this time I tried to put it all in a binder like this one. They each had their own. I went on Pinterest and I typed in free color pages and whatever they wanted, you know, My Little Ponies and Barbie and stuff like that. I printed out a whole bunch of them and stuck them in there. I punched holes in them. And then I had a little pouch, like similar to this one, where I put their crayons in there. And then along with the color pages in this notebook, I found a printable for like a paper doll on Pinterest. I'll try to link it below if I can find it again. But I had them color them, whatever color they wanted. It came with this doll and then like 6 Disney princess inspired dresses, I think. They colored them and then I laminated them and cut them out. And then I put some double-sided tape on the back so that it would stick to the page protector. The only thing I didn't put double-sided tape on was the doll itself. She does not have any tape on it because I wanted them to be able to take her and just play with her. But the dresses do stick to her pretty well, I think. And they really enjoyed that. This was one of their favorite things. So, like I said, I'll try to link it below. Otherwise, just Pinterest paper dolls, and there's a bunch. But yeah, I just laminated it and cut it out and put double-sided tape on the back. And then they had their little page protector to store it. So that was one thing. And then I did I Spy jars, which I think there are Pinterest things on there. I didn't use one. I did a plastic one for Liberty because I did not want her banging it on the window and breaking it. The older girls, though, Mariana and Bethany, got a mason jar, like a glass mason jar. To get it to stay shut was really tricky at first, and I'm sure it was just a user error. I tried several different methods. I actually went through like 4 of these before I got it right. What I did was I hot glued along the rim, like the top of it, and then I just kind of hot glued a little bit on the sides, and then really, really quickly I tried to close it shut as best I could. I filled it with rice and beads and those little party favor things that you would stick on the table. I don't know if you can see that. You know, there's like happy birthday, and there's some balloons and stars and circles. Just those little things that you would stick underneath the tablecloth. I got it from like the party section. And then I had some beads in there. I already said that. I feel like there was something else. I put a bouncy ball in there too. Just little things, you know, to keep them occupied, to try and find them. I did not make a paper that had everything that was in there on it. I didn't think about that part. But that would be really cool to do. So maybe next time. And then another one of their favorites were these glow sticks. They loved these things. They kept asking for them. Of course, I tried to save them for nighttime, but these ones were bracelets. I got this at the Dollar Tree. I actually got several. They have some where like you can take 2 of these, I think, and attach it to a little charm. And it's pretty cool, but they only had one, and the one only came with like 2, and I had 3 kids who wanted them, so we didn't get them. And then I had one other thing, although since the trip they have learned how to pull it apart, so it is not together anymore. But I had these cards. I got these cards, like, you know, alphabet cards and number cards that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I punched holes in them. And I stuck these little, I don't know what they're called, like hole enforcers or whatever, you know, these little dot things that you get at Walmart. And I put those on there. I'm sure it was overkill, but I didn't want them tearing them off. And then I put them on a binder clip, which I had one, but I can't find it. It was like a circle that opens up, and it's metal. But all of this, I basically got everything at the dollar store, and I put each set, like the alphabet on a binder clip, the numbers on a binder clip, etc., etc. And I had like 4 or 5 of them, and that they really liked that too. I also had a whole bunch of books, and I had some rattles and teethers for Charity too, the 1-year-old, my 1-year-old. And that helped a lot. And then when I put it in the car, I put it in the very back. I have a Ford Expedition with not a lot of storage space in the back. But what I did was, and I'll try to make a video of how I organized the car, but I got these bins at the dollar store, and I put everything in there. I had 3 of these notebooks in there. I had the cards, the I Spy bins, the the glow sticks, the books, everything in there. And then I had this in the back hatch where I could just open the hatch window and grab what I needed out without taking everything out. I knew exactly where it was, and I could easily get to it. And it worked out amazing. And then I also had one of those bins for diapers, which I'll try to share that in a video as well. So, yeah. We didn't give them any toys on the first stretch of each trip. So like when we first got started, they always have like a backpack with their own toys, and they used that for the first stretch. But then every time we stopped after that, I would give them one toy, and I would take away whatever they had before, unless it was from their backpack. They always had their backpack of toys, which wasn't very full. I made sure that they were big enough that they wouldn't easily get lost. So yeah, we'd switch out every time we stopped, and they really liked that, and they never got bored because it was constantly changing out. And each stretch we did about 2 or 3 hours, and then at night when they fell asleep, we'd go more. But so that really, really, really worked. So that's that. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up and maybe a subscribe. And if there's anything that you would like for me to make a video about, put it in the comments below. I'll try to link everything that I can. And until next time, bye.